How's it going, Smashers? My name is Bonk, and in this video, we'll be continuing our tier list. This tier list is only one part of a number of changes being made to the Smash content on the website, and depending on when you're seeing this video, they could be up right now. So don't forget to check them out over at ProGuides.com. After the video, of course. In the last video, we took you through 13 of our picks for the A tier in Smash Ultimate. In this video, we'll be taking a look at the remaining 11 characters in the A tier. This tier list will not be ordered, so we'll just go through the characters in roster order. Of course, it goes without saying that everything we're about to share with you is subject to change, and we cannot predict how the meta will look in a year or even in a couple of months. As more information is discovered about certain characters, and as things are put into practice in tournament, these placements can and will shift, so keep the date in mind whenever you happen to be watching this. And, if you haven't, make sure you check out the 2 previous videos. Picking up right where we left off, we have Sonic. Sonic is a very interesting character, to say the least, and by interesting, we mean toxic. Sonic's Spin Dash gives him an incredibly large unreactable range once it's charged, and forces the opponent to pick one of 2 options. Either give Sonic ample space so you can react to Spin Dash when he releases it, or guess when he's going to release it to attempt to challenge it directly. The existence of this mix-up alone sounds like it should set him up to have a very solid neutral. And it does, but it gets worse. See, the Sonic player can simply choose to not commit to the dash and jump out of the charge. So, unless you have a significant lead, or some other way to create incentive for the Sonic player to approach, they can just wait. His unreactable range is almost certainly larger than yours, so if you're positioning yourself in such a way that you'd be able to react to a released Spin Dash, he can simply not Spin Dash, forcing you to engage him directly. Additionally, his Spin Dash, alongside his phenomenal grounded mobility, allows him to play a highly effective keep-away game as well. And when you approach, some Sonic players may decide to retreat to the opposite side of the stage instead of engaging. All this talk of neutral, and we've still yet to make a single mention of his punish game. Sonic possesses a handful of extremely consistent and easy bread-and-butter combos, which can regularly deal around 30%. Killing is no problem either, as Sonic has what's essentially a slightly watered-down version of Wolf Back Air, and 2 decent kill throws. If you're looking for something to help you fall asleep, feel free to check out some sets featuring players like Ken, Wrath, and Sunito, just to name a few. Moving on, we have another very interesting character, Olimar. While most people don't think he's particularly cool, there's no denying that Olimar has a very unique design as a character. For one, he has what might be the most complex resource management system in the game, where he has to pay close attention not only to which Pikmin he has, but the order they're in as well. He tends to play like a projectile zoner, throwing his Pikmin at the opponent from a safe distance and punishing their attempts to kill the Pikmin. Don't get too comfy though, cause this zoner got hands. Olimar has an exceptionally potent combo game, and can regularly deal over 60% off of a clean neutral win. He can start these combos with practically anything from a landing aerial to up smash or even a down throw. His purple Pikmin enable him to kill at unreasonable percents off of stray hits, and he even has a kill throw. A couple of Olimar players to keep an eye out for are Dabuz, Shuton, and Myron. The next character on our list is Greninja. Greninja is a very straightforward Smash Ultimate high tier. He has valuable, safe landing aerials, great combos, great tech chasing, great ledge trapping, and solid edge guarding. And much of this is largely in part due to his phenomenal movement stats. He has some of the highest mobility in the game, both in the air and on the ground, and having the second highest jump height in the game makes him a natural fit for playing the typical full hop-centric Smash Ultimate neutral. Another major contributor to his neutral is his extremely fast, relatively safe dash attack, which combos into a variety of things at various percents. People say he's held back by having poor out-of-shield options, or maybe even struggling to land, but frankly, it's all lies. Stay tuned for our video on the Greninja agenda. Some strong Greninja players to keep in mind are Leia, Stroder, and JW. Next, we have Pac-Man. Pac-Man is a character that almost isn't playing Smash Ultimate. As soon as he sets down the fire hydrant, you practically cannot play with him. It's almost reminiscent of the Pokemon Stadium tree in Melee, where it completely halts the progression of the game for as long as it's active. Pac-Man puts down the fire hydrant, gets whichever bonus fruit he feels like, and completely dictates when you get to play with him. That's not to say that there isn't counterplay, but it's almost never a good time. He could be a menace when he gets in as well, as not only does he have solid combos given the incredibly quick frame data on his normals, but his various lingering elements such as his fire hydrant, the pack jump trampoline, and even certain bonus fruits all enable him to cover the ledge with ease. For some great Pac-Man gameplay, feel free to check out players like T, Sinji, and Lade. Moving on to the next character, we have Cloud. Coming into Ultimate from Smash 4, people immediately took notice of the numerous nerfs Cloud had received. From a drastic reduction to the size of his neutral air and up air hitboxes to not being able to retain limit charge indefinitely, people thought this character was done for, and hardly anybody played him. Eventually, he did receive a multitude of buffs in the 7.0.0 patch, and while they definitely helped, these most likely had a larger impact on the number of people willing to play Cloud than how viable he actually was. Cloud plays like a typical Smash Ultimate character, with one move in particular that stands out above the rest. Cloud's back air is insane. This massive -3 on shield disjoint, which combos at low percents, kills at high percents, walks your dog, files your taxes, it just kinda does everything. Once Cloud gains the advantage, his back air allows him to safely maintain center stage while he walls you out in the corner. He's notably dangerous in landing situations as well, and his still somewhat large up air alongside his high knockback dash attack makes it exceptionally difficult to escape disadvantage against Cloud, whether you're above him or in the corner. If you're in the mood to do some Cloud watching, check out players like Spargo, Cola, and Masashi. The next character on our list is Inkling. It sort of feels as if everybody just kind of forgot about this character, and honestly, I can't blame them. I mean, who plays Splatoon? Actually, don't answer that. In any case, if you do happen to play the Squid Lolly, you have plenty of great things to look forward to. Firstly, her neutral is great, largely in part due to her extremely safe back air. This move is disjointed, -2 on block, combos into things at low percents, and once it stops comboing, it still leads into Inkling's stupendous advantage. Inkling's high mobility both in the air and on the ground, in addition to her amazing back air and splat bomb, makes her ledge trapping especially remarkable. As we mentioned earlier, this character isn't exactly popular, and a majority of her most prolific representatives use her as no more than a secondary. That being said, some Inklings to pay attention to are Cosmos, Tickle, and Space. Next up, we have Terry. I was going to make a joke about Terry being the best Shoto here, but Terry is actually not a Shoto. He is wearing shoes, after all. Terry's strengths as a character mostly come down to his explosive punish game and his extremely generous hitboxes, which are only exacerbated by the intangibility on a number of his normals and specials. Once he receives over 100% in damage, he gains access to Go. This gives Terry access to powerful super moves that can kill as early as around 50 to 60%. And, just like his specials, he can cancel into his supers from his normals, making them very easy to combo into. From the brainless 30% bread and butter combos to the sword-like limbs, and not to mention the comeback mechanic that doesn't go away until he dies, I can confidently say that I am not okay. Buster Wolf. Some great Terry players to keep an eye on are Riddles, Sue, and Locust. The next three characters may come as a surprise to some people, but they all have something in common. Let's see if you can figure out what it is before we're finished. First, we have Min Min. As soon as she was released, it became evident that Min Min would be a very divisive character. See, people who play Min Min are having a blast, and people who have to play against Min Min players are not. Naturally, this indicates that she must be a pretty good character, and there's no denying that. A number of notable players were quick to say that she could be one of, if not the best character in the game, but I would ask you to keep in mind that outside of a small handful of notable set wins in Japan, she's genuinely lacking in offline results. Once again, this does not mean she is not a great character, and she made A tier on our list for a reason. Her long, non-committal forward tilts act as great zoning tools in neutral, and her ability to move freely during them and to use her left and right arms at separate intervals can make her extremely difficult to get in on. Naturally, the ability to safely control a lot of space with a wide range of timing variations gives her an exceptional advantage as well, and with a good read, she can secure stocks at obscenely low percents. Some players you might want to keep an eye out for include Hemo, Terra, and even Proto-Banham on occasion. Next up, we have Sephiroth. Sephiroth is another character that many would consider to be particularly strong, with many notable players claiming he could even be top 10. Unlike Min Min, who has at least a couple of placements, however, Sephiroth has literally no offline results, outside of Zachary and Rizasu doing well at 2 regional events on the week of his release. While he may not have made our top 10, he definitely possesses a number of strengths which make it clear that he can't be any worse than A tier. His long sword makes his normals very effective zoning tools, with his forward air, back air, and even forward tilt being extremely safe when spaced. His advantage is also notably strong, owing not only to his long normals, but his side special, Shadow Flare, which creates grape skittles around the opponent that explode after a set period of time. One player to keep in mind when offline returns is Tweak. As for everyone else, we'll just have to wait and see. For the last character in A tier, we have Pyra and Mithra. Most of the individuals playing as these characters don't seem to exclusively use one over the other, so we'll be grouping them together for the purposes of this tier list. Once again, we have a character that many pros claim could be the best character in the game. And, like the previous 2 characters, Pyra and Mithra have no offline results. Literally, none! While we do believe the character is good, and they definitely made our A tier for a reason, knee-jerk reactions based on training mode and online play are not going to be completely indicative of how good a character will be in serious offline competition. That's why we've opted for a more conservative placement, until the character picks up some results. That being said, let's take a look at why we think this character is no worse than A tier. For one, Mithra is extremely fast, and her frame data is exceptional, enabling her to rush down opponents and force them to make decisions with her insane pressure. She also possesses a somewhat strong combo game, and her spectacular mobility and frame data allow her to create deadly vortexes. Pyra tends to act as an accessory to Mithra more than the primary character, but she has a number of strengths as well. Her normals deal a lot of damage and knockback, and tend to have more generous hitboxes than those of Mithra, making her a decent pick in advantage or at high percents where you can kill with stray hits. Her side special, Blazing End, is also somewhat notable for comboing into Footstool, which creates deadly tech chase scenarios. Pyra and Mithra do not have clear representatives as of right now, so we may just have to wait for offline to return. Well, that's all for this video. Do you agree with our picks for A tier? Let us know in the comments below. And one last thing. Moving forward, we're actually going to be adopting a brand new logo. Did you notice? While you're down there, let us know what you think about that as well. Anyways, thanks for watching, Smashers. We'll see you guys in the next video.